Your past is not your limit. It never was. But if you spend enough time replaying old failures, old regrets, and old mistakes, you'll eventually start treating them like permanent definitions of who you are. And here's the truth, they're not. They're just moments. And moments don't get a vote in what happens next, unless you hand them that power yourself. Today we're talking about how to stop doing exactly that. Welcome back to the Assumption Fit. It's Charlene here. In the last two videos, we covered why beliefs feels like facts and why fear is a signal, not a stop sign. Today, we're tying it all together by looking at the past, specifically why the past feels so permanent and why it isn't, and the exact mental shift that lets you finally put it behind you instead of carrying it with you. So let's get into this video. Let's start with a simple but important truth. Your past is a collection of moments that already happened. That's all it is. It has no power to reach forward in time and control what you choose next. It only has the power if you give it to it. But here's the thing, a lot of us give it that power without realizing we're doing it. If you experienced failure, your mind will remind you of it. Often at the exact moments you need confidence the most. If you experienced rejection, your mind will replay it. Sometimes years later, in situations that have nothing to do with the original event. That's not a character flaw. That's just how memory and pattern recognition work. Your brain is trying to protect you by referencing what happened before. The problem is it does this indiscriminately. It doesn't distinguish between this is genuinely useful information and this is an old wound being reopened for no good reason. Here's what actually keeps people stuck. And it's rarely the past event itself. It's meaning they attach to it. Let me walk you through how this happens, because I think seeing the mechanism makes it much easier to interrupt. Something happens. A failed relationship, a business that didn't work out, a moment of public embarrassment, a harsh piece of criticism. That's just an event on its own. It's neutral, it's data. But then a meaning gets attached to it. That failed because I am not good enough. That relationship ended because I am unloved. I embarrassed myself because I'm just not someone who's good under pressure. Notice what happened there. A single event became a sweeping statement about identity. And once that identity forms, it hardens into a limitation. From that point on, every similar situation gets filtered through that identity. You don't walk into the next opportunity neutral. You walk in already convinced of how it's going to go. And that conviction shapes your behavior in ways that often makes the outcome matches the belief. This is the exact same loop we talk about with fear and with limiting beliefs in the previous videos. Event, meaning, identity, foundation. It's a chain. And every link in that chain was built by you, which also means every link can be examined and, if needed, broken by you. Here's a phrase that runs quietly in the background for a lot of people. And I want to name it directly because once you see it, you can unsee it. It happens before, so it will happen again. It happened before, so it will happen again. It sounds like wisdom. It sounds like self-awareness, even like maturity. I've learned my lesson. I know how this goes. Have you ever heard that? I know how this goes. But look closer. It's not wisdom at all. It's a limitation, wearing a disguise. It's a story dressed up as a life lesson. Yes, why that distinction matters so much. A genuine lesson helps you make a better decision going forward. The other quietly closes them while convincing you it's just being realistic. The way to tell the difference is simple. Ask yourself, is this belief helping me act wisely, or is it stopping me from acting at all? If it's the second one, it's not protection. It's a cage with a very convincing paint job. Here's the good news. And that choice has the power to break the pattern in your life, starting immediately, not eventually. Your brain, left on autopilot, will actually go looking for proof of your past identity. That's exactly why it's so easy to stay stuck in the past. The evidence gathering happens automatically in the background without your permission. But a decision, a real deliberate decision made in the present now, I am, and I do that decision, interrupts that automatic pattern that runs in the background. It interrupts it. When you make a firm decision with conviction in the present moment, you start creating new evidence. And that new evidence says something very different than the old story. Your past is not your limit. It's not your past doesn't matter. It happened. It's real. It's part of your story. But it is not the same thing as your limit. Those are two entirely different claims. And is where people get stuck. New direction, new identity, new reality. All three of those things are simply what you choose next, not what you inherit from what happened before. I want to leave you with one practical shift, because I think this is piece that actually changes daily behavior, not just how you think about things. Stop identifying with what went wrong. Start focusing on what can go right. This isn't about ignoring what happened or pretending that the past didn't shape you at all. It did. And that's fine. It's about where your attention goes by default. If your default is replaying what went wrong, you're rehearsing old identity every single day, whether you mean to or not. If your default shifts to what could go right, what's actually possible from here, given where you are right now, you start rehearsing a completely different identity instead. New story. Your history does not determine where you're going. Your history is real, but it is behind you. It's not inside you. Those are different places, and only one of them has any say in what you do next. So here's what I want you to sit with after this video ends. Think of one old story, one old past memory experience, one moment from your past that you've quietly turned into a permanent identity, and ask yourself, is this actually a limit? Or is it just a moment I've been carrying around? Because the past is behind you. It's not inside you. And every new moment you enter is still yours to decide. You make the decision. That's the assumption of it. If this series of 3 videos helped shift something for you, make sure you subscribe and drop a comment with a belief you're ready to let go of your past. I read every single one, and I will see you in the next video.